Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So everyone keep asking me that film more content for my E46, and for that very reason I had started a new series called the E46 Vlogs, and this is the second episode of that series. So in this second episode of the E46 Vlogs, today I am at BMW's official service center, which is Infinity at New Bombay, and we are here to get all the new parts installed for my car. Right now it's already installed, but in this next segment we see what all has gone in to make the E46 again roadworthy for another 10 to 12 years strong. So a few days back we had noticed a leak, and that leak was found in this area as well as the underbody, and that was eventually diagnosed to be a leaking power steering fluid reservoir, and that's pretty common in E46s. The old plastic parts, they do give way. So we did a complete overhaul of the power steering system with all the pipes, and definitely yes, the reservoir also, which was changed. So this not only fixed the leak but also gave another 12 to 15 years of life to this entire system. So this part here was non-OE part, and we noticed that this might cause some you can say engine misfires, or sometimes there was a lack of a low end and it felt as if the air fuel ratio was a mismatch. So we did not take any risk and we ordered this brand new part, which is sitting behind the aftermarket air intake system by AFE, but this intake boot is OE BMW. So as the viewers on the channel would be aware that in the Project E46 we have a big brake kit up front by StockTech Performance, whereas the rear is from the M3. Unfortunately, during the initial modifications, somehow the M3 calipers and the disc were used, but the brake pads were non-M3, and that was creating an uneven contact patch between the pads and the disc, and fortunately it was noticed, and that was changed, and this time we installed proper M3 brakes for the M3 calipers and the disc. So old E46s and old BMWs have had issues with the AC, and this one has been no different. So in this service we have sorted some AC related issues, which were combination with the blower speed as well as the cooling. So overall this is an effort to bring back the AC's performance to optimal levels. So a lot of you, I'm sure, would be amused with that piece of wood which is holding the hood up. Well, unfortunately my hydraulic struts have given way, and that need to be replaced as well, and that should be done sometime in the future. But right now it's time to talk about two major engine related jobs which were conducted, starting off with the tappet cover. So this portion is the tappet cover, and there are some gaskets inside, and there was an issue found which was creating sort of a leak, and it would have actually, if not done right away, would have caused some compression related issues, and that is the reason this engine tappet cover set, gaskets and other things, it came in as a set, was replaced, and hopefully this has given this M52 TUB28, the 328i engine, a new life. So before the engine tappet cover job was done, there was another issue with the car, wherein there were some issues with the idling, and also it did misfire sometimes. And upon digging some information with the ex-owner as well as spending some time in the workshop, it was found to be that there was some previous job done in the intake manifold which was probably creating these issues. So I took no chance and I gave a green signal for this workshop to source a completely new intake manifold and get it installed for my car. So hopefully this should solve all the little issues which were probably there and was symptomatic as well, and sometimes asymptomatic. However, this overall job of the tappet cover as well as the intake manifold is a good combination of good diagnosis, early diagnosis, and a great lesson in preventive maintenance as well. And finally, to finish things off, we gave this engine some fresh new oil. So right off the bat, I can feel the engine is sounding better. It's sounding happier. The engine oil has done its trick. To be honest, I didn't change the engine oil for about 1.5 years now. Primarily because the car hadn't run much. Barely around 1500 kilometers it would have been driven in the last 1.5 years. So that's done. Other than that, the tappet cover and the intake manifold job has also freed up the low end and the top end. So these two things have also given new life to the engine. If we speak about the braking, it's too early, the pads are new. So I will reserve my comments on that, but for sure that will be optimal as well. Speaking of optimal, the AC performance is satisfactory, and I hope it stays this way. But now we are getting into winter, so I believe it won't be much of a issue cooling the cabin, the small cabin of the E46. I believe the power steering fluid reservoir and other power steering leaks are now resolved for good, but I will keep on monitoring them. But right now I'm enjoying the best of hydraulic power steering unit from the 90s. Oh, the KWs. Very flat. So that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will definitely try to film more content for the E46. But until then, thank you for watching.